You ever just see a sequel to a game and say, huh, why would they do that? Well, that was my reaction when I saw Golf with Your Friends 2 in their update logs. Don't get me wrong, I love Golf with Your Friends, and I have a lot of fun and silly moments on it.
Shit, dude. They make back ribs. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see what I do? My shot was trash, and I still managed to make it work because I'm an entrepreneur. Knowledge.
Knowledge is power. No, 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 no!
Come get beat.
What? What?
Bobby jumped over the fucking hole.
Dude.
Nice, nice.
Oh my god. Dante, you're kind of in my way. Dante! Move!
He's gone, dude.
What?
I'm in the fucking hole, idiot. The fuck are you talking about?
He was on my screen. He just disappeared.
Dante, no more using your telekinetic powers to teleport into the hole. Get me in! Okay. Blowing into my mic, dude.
Okay, no more fun. Back to the video. Golf with Your Friends has a lot going for it, with a ton of maps, Steam Workshop, and collabs with Worms and Escapists. In fact, you know what this reminds me of? Rivals of Aether and that sequel. The first Rivals has a decent bit of maps, Steam Workshop, and collabs with Ori in the Blind Forest, also known as one of my favorite games of all time. We didn't need this, we didn't want this, and we didn't care for this. By the way, did you even know this was going to come out before you watched this video? Their reveal trailer only has 10k views, which I'd kill for those types of views, but for a game reveal trailer, I just expect a little bit more. Another thing is that what could they actually genuinely add to this game that would make it different from the first? Don't get me wrong, you could make the argument of, oh hey, they're making different maps and they're completely new from the old game, and you could say that's good enough, but to me, you're just putting a fresh new coat of paint on something dull. Not saying the first game is dull, I just think that, you know, they could do a little bit more. So like I said, I love the first Golf with Your Friends, but my main concern is just the fact that they're going to butcher this, or at least have a high chance of doing so. And I want this game to succeed. What I think these games should do is just rebrand. Instead of just changing the name of the original game and giving it a makeover, instead they decide to forget about the first game and just leave it to collect dust. This might be a bit controversial, but low-key, I think that CaseOh kinda did the right thing, unlike, let's say, Overwatch. Remind me, what did Overwatch 2 really change from Overwatch 1? They didn't even keep any of the campaign stuff that they promised they would have in the trailers and everything. It just, like, leading up to it, they said it was going to be a completely different game, and it just wasn't. And hey, maybe that's a Blizzard thing where they just don't know how to keep promises or anything like that, but I just think that, like, there should be some level of integrity there. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot wrong with CaseOh and stuff like that I could go into, but I think generally what they did with rebranding instead of making you buy another $40 game and forgetting about their base game is just wrong. I just think that unless you're making a completely different game, it shouldn't need to cost money to buy a quote-unquote sequel. And don't get me wrong, I think that, like, them trying to rejuvenate their game is fine, but I just don't think people are going to want to spend money on Golf with Your Friends 2 when Golf with Your Friends 1 is just so much better, I guess. Even if it does have its own set of problems and stuff. Like I said with CaseOh, all they did was just change the name and give it a big graphics overhaul, which I think this would genuinely profit from. I think, like, specifically me, I remember watching, like, Markiplier play this with his friends, and there were just genuinely funny moments in there.
I gave it about 3 bars, and before I got to the arrow that launches you, I jumped myself, landed in the ground, and bounced here. Oh, there's a measurement for power! Why didn't you guys tell me that?
It's at the bottom of the screen.
You didn't know that? My mic was in the way of it. I've been looking at the white bar on the bottom of the fucking screen.
The moral of the story is I don't think people are going to even bother spending $10 for Golf with Your Friends 2. because no one cares, wants, or even needs Golf with Your Friends 2. So I think creating an entirely different game, with very heavy quotations on that by the way, is just kind of useless and a waste of resources and time. I think it would generally actually like help too with, you know, the community, because there's already a community for the first game, but there's no community for the second game. So it would show people that you actually still care about the original source, rather than just taking it out back and shooting it. But anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I would actually really love to know your input on this, because I don't always know what I'm talking about, but I hope you enjoyed. So see ya.